Hi guys, this is Cheryl with Architect Destiny. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in today for another video. Belated though it may be, I am going to do a flip through of my January pages in my Kokuyo Jibun Techo A5 Slim. I'm also going to go through some of the kind of miscellaneous pages in addition to my calendar spreads, monthly and weekly, just so you can kind of get an idea for how I have my planner set up. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stick around. So I have my Jibun Techo housed in a Hobonichi Cousin cover, which I'm still loving. I think it's just beautiful, and I really enjoy carrying it around with me. And it's not very heavy. It's pretty portable as far as I'm concerned. It's a wonderful size just to carry around with me and just to know that I have everything I need in one place. Before I get started, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but my son is playing music in his room, which is like down the hall, but I can hear it very well. If you have 20-something kids who love music, you know what I'm talking about. So it just stopped, but it very well may start again. So if you hear it, I apologize. Hopefully you can't, anyway, we're going to go forward. We're going to press on. So yeah, this is my planning system. As you know, I have my goal planner in here as well. This is my Moxie Life goal planning system. This is the quarterly book, and then I have the annual book stuck in the back here, so it's all right here together. When I get ready to do my goal planning, I just pull this out and I have everything for that. And then I have also my planning routine that I just kind of stick in here and just let it sit right there until I get ready to use it. You may be seeing here that my planner looks a little bit different, and yes, I decided to put a sheet of decorative paper inside the cover just to switch it up a little bit. I just wanted something a little different. I still have the cover that has all of my favorite stickers on it. It's underneath this, but I just used that sheet as a template and cut out a sheet of decorative paper the same size and just slid it into the cover, and instantly it feels like I have a new planner. So yeah, that is the nice thing about having the clear covers, is that you can always change up the look of your planner. So that's really cool. So let's just jump in. I'll show you some of the front pages of my planner just to see how everything is set up. I have a clear pocket here with a Jibun Techo stencil in there. I haven't used it yet, but it's there in case I ever do want to use it. Then I have my yearly overview page, which I really just use the current year, and I track my paydays, holidays from work, and PTO, sick days, volunteer time off. So that's what I track on those pages, and I just have a color code. And for instance, if I take some time off, I color code the date in blue, and then I put how many hours. If it's a full day, I put 8. If I have like a doctor's appointment or something and I'm only going to take like an hour or 2 hours, then I put a 1 or a 2 depending on what it is. And that's how I keep track of on this particular calendar. These are birthdays, anniversaries, doctors, and dentist appointments. That's all I keep track of on this spread. And again, they're color coded. Birthdays are in purple. Doctor's appointments are in blue. Excuse me. I don't know why. Every time I start doing a video, my voice starts going out. Anyway, I probably should have brought some water in here, which I did not. So just hang with me. Anniversaries are in pink, and dentist appointments are in this kind of gold color. So that's the spread. Then I haven't chosen to use this page for anything. I may, and I'll show you what I've been doing when I do decide to use these pages. Oops, there's a little fold there. I do not like that. My corners get folded. I haven't used that either. It's the map of Japan. This is a sample weekly spread, which I haven't used. 100 wishes. I am using this for a wish list of things that I want to do. Just some examples of what I have on here so far is to go to a concert or nightclub at the Music Factory, which is in the town where I live. I want to go to Go Wild Planner Conference. I know I'm not going this year, but maybe next year. And then I want a Washington Commanders jersey. I told my husband I want that for Mother's Day, so hopefully he'll get that for me. So I'm just kind of like, as I think of things that are definitely not must-haves, but wish list kind of things. I mean, that, you know, one day I'll probably have those things or do these things. I just put them on here. I just think it's fun to keep track of them so that I don't forget about things that I want to do or have one day. Then I have my Amazon revenue from my storefront. I have my Instagram revenue tracker. I have my YouTube revenue tracker, Buy Me a Coffee, and Stationery Pal, all of my different platforms. I record revenue on those trackers. Then I have a books read tracker, and these are books that I have read myself or that my husband has read to me. And I note over here whether he read to me or whether I read it, and then I rate it. Happy face, meh face, or sad face, whether I liked it or not, or whether it was okay. So that's the books read list. Then I have a movie list, and there's some more movies I need to log on here. But these are ones that I just thought were pretty good. And then I rate them, you know, what I thought about them, and then just make a note about what I thought of the movie and who the star of the movie was, just because it makes it easier to remember the movie if you note down who was in it. Because sometimes I just tend to forget, especially when I watch as many movies as my husband and I do, because that's kind of like our Friday and or Saturday night thing to do unless we're going out. So yeah, movie list. And then I have gift ideas for my family, and that just comes in handy for, you know, Christmas time in particular. Gifts given, I don't plan to use this in that way. If I come up with another spread of things that I want to track or keep a log of, then what I've done here is I just made a label with my label maker on white tape so that it kind of blends in with the paper. And that's how I made all of these labels here on my Brother label maker. So if I decide I want to use this for something, I'll just cover that with a label. Accomplishments, I want to track my accomplishments for the year here because I think it'll be good to look back. And a lot of times, especially now, it seems like after COVID, it just seems like time is just really passing by quickly. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. And you look back over the year and you're like, what in the world did I accomplish? What did I do? And so I want to start keeping track of that, of things where I really feel like that's something that I should be proud of and I want to remember. So that's what this spread is for. Then I have a currently loving. And this can be like whatever I want. It could be a book that we're reading. It could be TV shows. It could be food or a certain drink or, you know, whatever. This could be anything. right now, this is so hilarious because I always said I just was never attracted to like reality TV shows, especially like the dating ones like The Bachelor and Bachelorette and like Big Brother and things like that. I was just like, okay, no, thank you. But somehow in the last couple months, I've gotten hooked on The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and I think the cutest little show is The Farmer Wants a Wife. It is so cute. These little Australian farmer guys out there in the middle of nowhere with no women around. They pick these women. I mean, they view their profiles, and the women view the farmers' profiles, and they kind of match them up. And then they do the whole dating on the farm thing until they're down from like 8 or 6 to 3 to 2 to 1 until they finally pick somebody. And it's just so cute because it seemed like real people, not just, glammed up and all that stuff. And I just think it's so cute. And it's an Australian show, which also makes it interesting too. So yeah, I've kind of been binging that for the last couple of weeks since I stumbled upon it. So I don't know. I told my husband, it's just kind of like mindless, fun TV. I don't have to think about it. I can just sit there and get absorbed in it and all the little storylines. And it's just, it's just a fun way to spend a lazy afternoon or evening or whatever. So yeah, so that's what I'm currently loving. The Farmer Wants a Wife. Anyway. And then my music playlist, and some of these are old songs, some of these are new songs, some of these are people that I discovered on YouTube, like some of my favorite songs. There are artists who have done covers for those songs, and I thought, man, the cover is almost better than the original artist. There are a few of those on here, and I just keep a list of them, and I've created a playlist on YouTube, so if I just ever want to listen to music, I have all of these songs there that I can just pull up and listen to. Then I have my miserable step and weight tracker, and I'm gonna block this out because nobody needs to know how much I weigh. But I've not been good at tracking my steps. I think maybe I just had too aggressive of a goal of trying to just like start off the year doing 10,000 steps a day. 5,000 in some cases might have been too aggressive. I can do it if I go for an hour-long walk every day, plus the walking around the house and the office and errands and stuff like that, I can get in 10,000 steps. But I don't know. I've just been in a real slump as far as exercising goes. So I've not been wearing my watch that counts my steps. I've not been walking every day. I do weigh myself every Monday, or if I forget, I weigh myself on Tuesday, and I record that. But my steps are just, after the first week, it was just like, whatever. But I really hope I get motivated to get back on track with my steps in March. I'm just gonna call February a wash because I've just not been doing it at all. So yeah, and this spread, there aren't two of these spreads. I actually, before I ever wrote anything on this spread, I made a copy of it, a color copy, and pasted it here. This is actually like the November-December spread for the habit tracker, which I was not going to use because I didn't start my planner until January. So I made a copy and put this here so that I could track my weight and my steps on it. And then this is my habit tracker, and I just track various things here, which I'm gonna blur this out because I kind of consider that personal. Some of it is personal, some of it's not, but just for my privacy's sake. And then I use my Zig Clean color dots to mark the days that I complete the habits. And yeah, so this is January and February. And then the habits go all the way through December. Actually, they go all the way through April, but I won't be in this planner after December of 2023. I will be starting a new planner, so, but it's in here. Then the monthlies. So let's just skip over to January, which is what we are looking at. So yeah, this is my January monthly spread, and I've decided that I'm going to use the sidebar functionally. Last year in my cousin, I put the month sticker over here, and I put my monthly goals or to-dos in a spread in the back of my planner. But I thought, you know, it's a lot more functional for me to have my priorities for the month on the spread with all of my appointments and so forth, and that will help keep them in front of me. I also am not doing an Architect Destiny planner this year. I had originally planned to, but I decided against it. I just really wanted to have to manage only one planner this year, period. I don't want to have to keep up with anything else. So, which is the reason why I have all of my social media revenue trackers in the front, and I have my content planning on this spread. I use kind of this orangey color for YouTube and the turquoise for Instagram Reels. And so I just kind of plan out what my content is going to be on this spread, and this is a good spot for that. So I just kind of highlight whether it's YouTube or Instagram, and then I plan out, you know, what the content is going to be. And I just have a little key down here at the bottom. I hope you can see that. I'm not sure. Can you? There you go. Down at the bottom. And that's kind of what I'm doing for content. And then I have special notes of things that are happening on specific days, and I write that in blue. Like my youngest son, Cameron, went back to college on January 3rd, so I wrote that there. I also have birthdays and anniversaries here. And then days off in red. I have my paydays with these cute little stickers from Tori Grant Designs. I have holidays. These holiday stickers are from Hobby Lobby. Then I have my goals for Architect Destiny at the bottom of this particular spread. And my goals for the month were to do 1 YouTube video per week and 2 Instagram Reels per week. And I did okay with that, not great. But I just decided this year I'm not going to pressure myself too much about how much content I produce and having a set schedule and all that. I'm just going to kind of go with the spirit of it, the intent of it, and if I do it, then great, and if I don't publish content on a certain day, that's fine. It's a hobby, and I'm just going to like not feel stressed or pressured about it. I want it to continue to be fun, and when it stops being fun, I'll stop doing it. So this is just kind of my intentions for social media content that I put on this spread as well. Then any time off or time away from home, I mark on here as well. I also want to keep up with when my husband's going to be away on this calendar. As you can see, things that are canceled or rescheduled, I marked through them in red ink and then wrote in canceled or rescheduled, whichever it is. And then very minimal on the decorations. I've just got a piece of washi here and some dot stickers from Stationery Manor. And I just think that just turned out really cute. And I think I'm going to continue on with kind of being minimal with stickers and deco on the monthly pages and on the weekly pages too. As you'll see, they're not very decorative. They are just mostly highlighter, fine liner, and ink pretty much. And I'm really enjoying that, just the cleanness of that, and just how much content that I can have on my spread when I don't have a lot of deco. So I'm really liking that right now. So let's just go over to my January pages. January 1st is here on New Year's Day. I was on vacation the whole rest of this week, or this whole week period, including New Year's Day. This is the first week of January, regular work week, and this is kind of how I decided to do the anatomy of this spread, and I really am liking it. I don't see myself changing from the way I'm using this at all, because I'm really enjoying it. Highlighting the week up here in the monthly reference calendar. And in this little circle here, it has the week number, which is already on the planner. I didn't write that. It just every week has the week number on the monthly reference calendar. So I highlight that, the week. Then my sidebar contains my critical lists for the week, a running to-do list for the week, things that don't have to be done on a specific day, but that if I have time, I will do them this week. If I don't, they'll get migrated into the next week. Anything that has to be done or I really, really need to do on a certain day, I will write it on that day. Then I have my meal plan for the week. Then I have shopping list, just random things that, we ran out of or I just want to pick up. Just like, this is not like a grocery list of any sort. This is just like random things that I need to buy. And then a waiting on list, whether it's like outstanding orders that haven't been delivered or information that I'm waiting on from someone, or if I return something and I'm waiting to get my money refunded or whatever. That's the kind of stuff that goes on this list so I can keep up with it. Then up here on the top, this is a weather tracker. It has the weather icons up there. Hope you can see that, kind of in the light gray up there at the top. And what I'm doing is I'm just coloring in what the conditions will be for the day. If it's sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, whatever, or some combination. And I'm just coloring those in. If it's going to be partly cloudy or sunny, partly cloudy, or all sunny, I use yellow. If it's going to be cloudy and rainy, I use blue. If it's just going to be cloudy, I use gray. That's kind of how I'm doing the color code for that. And then I write the high and low temperatures up there as well. Then the top portion of the time schedule, timeline, when I'm sleeping, this is where I put day-long events or things that are a priority for the day. I also can do some kind of memory keeping up here, depending on what it is. So this is just kind of free space to do day-long events, bills due, days off, holidays, or priorities for the day. And then down here, I've got marked off with a fine liner my work hours. I work 9 to 5 typically, 9:30 to 5:30, or 9 to 6 if I take an hour lunch or whatever. But typically I just mark off from 9 to 5. That is my work day. And then any appointments or meetings, whether they are personal or work related, I mark them with a dot. And I'm really liking that. It just makes the appointments jump off the page for me. If there is something that I have scheduled for a given day and I don't do it on that day, I may erase it because I am using my Pilot Friction erasable pen. I may erase it and move it, or I may just like write in red the day that I actually did it. Like this was a holiday because New Year's Day was on Sunday. So I had Monday off from work. So I just had kind of a to-do list of things that I wanted to do that day. And one of those things was to go to Hobby Lobby. Well, I never went to Hobby Lobby on this day. I went on Friday. So I could have erased it and wrote it over here, but I chose to just write Friday in red that I actually did this on Friday. Call my mom. I had planned to do it on Friday, but I actually called her on Saturday. So I just wrote Saturday in red. Catch up on IG posts and reels. I planned to do this on Friday, but I actually did it on Saturday, and so on. Again, things that are canceled or rescheduled, I mark through in red and write canceled or rescheduled. Things that are no longer relevant, I did not do them that day. There's no need to migrate them for whatever the reason. I just mark through them in red, just mark them out. Then down below my go to sleep time, I'm usually in bed by 10 or 11, so there's no need for this space below that. So I use this for daily micro journaling, just a little bit about the day, something special, whether good or bad, about that day or just how I was feeling. You know, there's a mood tracker down here at the bottom. has a happy face, meh face, or sad face. And I will pick one for my kind of either my overall mood for the day or my predominant mood. Like if there was a mood that was just really intense, whether it was good or bad intense, I'll put that. And then this micro journaling here sometimes can explain more about what happened or why I was feeling like that. And then there's a meal tracker down at the bottom. And so I write my breakfast, lunch, and dinner down at the bottom. So this is really amazing. And then, as you can see, I do some journaling of things that happen throughout the day, actually in the daily spread, or the daily part of the spread. Like this morning, Cameron left to go back to school. He cried, I cried. My husband's like, oh my gosh, everybody's crying. So I wrote, Cameron back to school, lots of tears. And then my brother-in-law's funeral was this day. So we were up really early, up at 4:45 to get on the road to drive to Atlanta for that. So I put that in blue. So any kind of like special notations that I want to put like at certain points in the day, like close to when they happened or something like that, I write those in blue. So there's color in the spread from the Tombow or mild liner, from the dots, from the different colors of ink that I use to denote different things, but not a whole lot of stickers. And I'm really enjoying that. I mean, some things I still like to do stickers for. And then, I'm really enjoying the ink and mild liner, really. I'm just loving it. This spread, before I even turned the page, I just totally was like, what was I thinking with this color? But I was doing my planning in the living room this particular Sunday evening. The lighting in our living room, or our great room, I guess you would call it, is kind of more yellowish. It's not like a pure like light where you can see colors as they actually are. And I should have gotten up and gone like in the bathroom where the light is pure light and you can actually see the color. But I didn't. I just like whipped out. I was like, oh, this fuchsia is pretty. This is going to be cute. But the next day when I looked at the spread, like in the daylight, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be hideous to look at all week. But it is what it is. We don't love every single spread. And this one I do not love. But, the anatomy of the spread is exactly the same. Lots of journaling here. I was at my mom's this weekend. I try to visit her once a month unless my schedule doesn't permit, but I really try to make that a priority. So I was with her. So I just kind of made some notes about the things that we did and what we had for dinner, and just hanging out with her and my brother and my sister-in-law. And yeah, and it was my brother's birthday on Sunday. So after church, we took him out to dinner at Longhorn. It's one of his favorite places to eat. And yeah, so that is that. And then this spread, I really like how it turned out. I just love this tan color. And the dots like almost exactly match the color of this Tombow. And I just think it turned out so cute. And, a little journaling here in blue for specific things. This was my goal planning weekend. I actually went to a hotel for Friday and Saturday night and by myself, and I worked on planning my goals for the year with the Moxie Life goal planning. The Moxie Life system is more than a notion. It's like really intense and really like detailed, and I still have some work to do on it. I think, but I'm pretty well done with my annual goals. I did not bother to set up January or February goals because you can see I didn't do my retreat until the third week of January. In February, I didn't set up monthly goals. So March, I'm going to hit the ground running with my goals. So I'm going to be, for my annual goals, I'm going to be setting up my monthly goals. and I'm going to be recording those like in the sidebar here, and also just keeping track of things in my Moxie Life planning book as well. So yeah, this was my goal planning retreat. I took the Friday off, just kind of had a nice slow morning. I went walking with my neighbor, checked into the hotel at 3 o'clock, and so I've got some journaling here about what my goal planning days look like. And this was another holiday. This was Dr. Martin Luther King Day, so I just kind of had a to-do list, and looks like I was just pretty productive that day. I marked off everything but one. So that was pretty cool. And lots of micro journaling down at the bottom, mood tracking and meal tracking. So this is one of my favorite spreads so far. As you can see up in this section, I put, where I had a bill due, put the holiday up here. My office day is on Tuesdays. I had a birthday there. My goal planning retreat day off here. Sister-in-law's birthday there. My husband going out of town. As I was coming back from the hotel, he was leaving to go out of town with some pastors to do some sermon prep work. So yeah, I really like this one a lot. I like this one too. I love this green. This is the green, I was going to say it's the green mild liner in the natural set, but it is not. It is a Tombow marker. But I really love the color and had some dots that were a pretty good match for that. Yeah, same setup. Oh, this one, I decided I also want to log my work hours in my planner. I had been keeping for the last few years just this little pocket planner thing. I would just buy a new one from Walmart or Target or wherever every year, and I would just use it to jot down my hours. And I was like, why am I keeping a whole separate little planner just to write my hours and my PTO and stuff like that? It's like, I have space, I can do it here. So it was kind of a last minute thought on this spread, and I did not really set aside space for it. But you'll see on the following week that I actually blocked off a couple of lines up here at the top to mark down my hours. So put down my work hours, then at the end of the week when I log my time, I mark off so I can remember that I put my time in. And yeah, so that is that. And then this week, this was cute too. Orange is one of my favorite colors, favorite. And this spread is really cute. I love this orange. And you can see that I marked off 2 lines with my fine liner here to segment where I'm going to keep track of my hours for work. Lots of journaling in the spread about different things that were happening on those days. Whether I talked to one of my boys, actually I talked to both of them this week. That was nice. We went to Five Guys for dinner after Bible study this night, so that was fun. Snuck in a little date night this week, and also went to 131 Main on Friday, so we had 2 dates this week. That's unusual. So yeah, and I love these little dot stickers. They're all different shades of orange, and I just thought that was cute. And I had the perfect shade of orange for the weekend sticker. These weekend stickers are from Planner Kate, so those are cute. And I just really like this one. I love the color. And yeah, it looks like that's the end. That's the end of January. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that quick little flip through of my front pages and my January pages. Like I said, I'm just continuing to love the Jibun Techo. It is just a really functional planner for me. I love the size of it. I just love the way it's set up. The habit trackers are already in place for me. It's just easy to use it very functionally without a lot of extra work on my part. So that's always a plus. So I hope you enjoyed that little tour through my pages. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. That would mean a lot to me personally and to my channel as I'm trying to continue to grow my little community. And if you have not subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so that when I upload new content, you'll be one of the first to know. That's it for me for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.